All right, so now we've talked about how the harmonica physically creates the bend. We know it's the draw reed and blow reed interacting together. The draw reed lowers its pitch, the blow reed gets excited, and in the full bend it's actually the blow reed doing all the vibration. So otherwise it's an interaction between those two reeds. We've taken a look at the harmonica note diagram and found what bends are available on the harmonica. One easy way to remember that is holes 1 through 6. You can bend all those notes at least a half step, one of those black keys commonly on the piano, except the 5 draw. That one will only bend down a quarter tone, so it's not a new note. So 5 draw only bends slightly. Then holes 1, you get a half bend. The second hole you get 2 half steps, and the third hole you get 3 half steps. So hole 1 you get 1, hole 2 you get 2, hole 3 you get 3. So if you've been trying to bend on your own and you're just killing the heck out of your 5 draw trying to get a deep bend, well, that's why you are destroying harmonicas, because that 5 can't go any more than a quarter tone pitch. So the first thing is just to understand what we can bend to, what physically happens on the harmonica, and then move to the next step and figure out how the heck can we do it. So that's what we're going to talk about now. So for the mouth, let's start really simply first and say that we need to hump up our tongue to a certain degree to approximate pitch. For example, if my tongue is lower to the mouth and I draw in my air and pull my tongue back, you can't hear that pitch very well. If you raise up your tongue to like a key spot, you can exhale or inhale, it doesn't matter here, I'll exhale while I'm doing this, and go key with that tongue, you can hear that pitch lower. And actually if you start with an SH, a sh, and then go to the k to the ku, we're going to hear 3 distinct changes in pitch in your mouth. So let's try sh together. Ready? Sh, sh to ki to ku. And it's not a bad idea to drop your jaw or move your jaw forward for the ku. Again, here we go. Sh. Now, your ability to bend across the entire range of the harmonica is linked to your ability to be able to connect those 3 areas together. So let's go from that sh to the k slowly. And we're going to make a transition where the tongue humps up and moves to that spot from the sh area to the k area. Let's try sh to k. Sh. That was from the sh to the k. One more time. Sh. From the front of the mouth to the middle of the mouth. One more time. So I want you to think like your tongue being a slide whistle, but in reverse, right? Or think about like a trombone player. Find where that slide needs to be to get a particular pitch. So we're humping our tongue up in the roof of the mouth, we're humping it up and bringing the tongue back. From the sh to the k. Now let's try the k to the k. So the ki to the ku. Ki, k, ku. So let's try ki to ku. Really humping up the very back part of the tongue. All right, now for a challenge, let's go from the sh to the ki to the ku without stopping. Here we go. Let's now go from ku to ki to sh. All right, so what we've done right there is to experiment with the different locations of the mouth, and you can hear that when we're in the sh, we're in the very high pitch, and then the we're very low pitch. All right, for you tongue blockers, which is pretty much anybody who is studying with me from the beginning, or someone who wishes to learn how to tongue block bend, we're going to focus on doing the same thing. The mechanics, by the way, are identical for pucker bending and tongue block bending. One is not harder than the other, it's just whatever you get used to. And if you're studying with me from the beginning at bluesharmonica.com, you're tongue blocking all the time. So during that process, the tip of my tongue actually stayed in the same place in my mouth. So you can take your finger and put the tip of the tongue on the finger as if you're tongue blocking. I mean, if you want, you can just take a harmonica and do that, but let's just use our finger here. The smart goes from the sh to the k to the ku. The tip of the tongue stays there the whole time. You can also take the tip of the tongue and just put it under your bottom set of teeth or behind your bottom set of teeth. But this is probably a little more realistic that the harmonica is in front of your mouth. So let's go from the key, from the she, the key to the ku. Again. And backwards, ku to ki to she. Thing to be aware of is that the tongue inhabits the entire range of the mouth. So while tongue blocking, the tip of your tongue is here on the face of the harmonica. I happen to have one right here. And what you're doing is you're humping up the very front of the mouth, front of the tongue, excuse me, and then the middle of the tongue, and then the back of the tongue. So if this being the roof of the mouth, again, the sh here. You see here that we have a very small cavity right here. There's a larger cavity right here, so that's a larger volume of air. Thinking about volume as largeness, like an instrument. The larger the instrument, the lower the pitch. So there's the key, and then there's the ku, and you can see there's a lot of space right here, so that's a very low pitch. So we go from a very small chamber here to a medium chamber to a very large chamber. So it's this wave-like action of the tongue that creates the bend, like a 6-draw bend here to somewhere around a 4-draw bend to a full bend. Another way to think about that cavity in the mouth is if you're in that area where it's very, very small, if you were to somehow be able to pour molten metal in your mouth without burning up your mouth, not recommended, and spit it out into a little form of an xylophone block, it dries, you put it on the xylophone, get a very, very high pitch. And let's say you did a 6-draw, then a 6-draw bend, and then you took that same snapshot of the embouchure, filled it with metal, poured it out, bing, get that pitch. It would be the same pitch as that 6-draw bend. So the idea is, remember, we're matching the frequency of our mouth to the pitch we desire to get on the harmonica.